the Battle of Mandeville. Welcome to the Prep Zone. My name is Grant Yenny. I hope you enjoyed your holiday season, holiday break. Tonight, Mandeville High School taking on Fontainebleau High School boys basketball, first district game of the season. Hey, emotions run high in crosstown rivalries. So we'll see what happens tonight. Let's hear from the coaches. Pre-game with Coach Gallon. Coach, district matchup, first district game. First time we're seeing you in the Prep Zone. What can we expect from your team tonight?
Expect 5 guys that really go out there and hustle, compete, and work well together. We've had a pretty good preseason or pre-district. Had a good run in some tournaments there. And I'm really pleased where we are right now. They've executed limited turnovers, and if we do those things tonight, we can be successful.
In a district matchup, emotions can tend to run high. How do you keep your guys focused on the moment?
Well, when 16, 17, 18-year-old kids are playing a game of high school basketball, that can be tough at times. You just reemphasize that the most focused team is going to win every possession by possession, every single trip down the floor. You can't let the outside elements get to you. You just have to stay focused on your job.
Pre-game with Coach Pike. Coach, first time we're seeing you in the Prep Zone, first district matchup. What can we expect from your team tonight?
Well, usually when we play Fontainebleau, we don't feel like we're out-athleted like most of the nights, so we pretty evenly match athletically. So we'll usually get switch defenses, press more, try to pick up the pace, but we're also able to downshift to just sound man defense, do the little things right, not give up no easy baskets. And offensively, it depends on what they do. A lot of teams have been running zone because we're so good at all of our man-to-man stuff, which contradicts it. We're a shooting team. We're a team that can shoot from the outside, but they roll the dice. Well, let's just hope they don't shoot well. And we've been known to not shoot well. So I think we're trying to play tough, just tough, hard and tough. You know, and it'll be fun. District's fun.
Eric Degalos and Brandon Daniels to tip this one off. Daniels gets it back to Cristodoro. Cristodoro to Roy Ford. Ford driving, puts it up. Off the mark. Rebound by Chandler Diaz. Diaz to Spitchley. That was put up there by Blackman, off the mark. Here's Blackman to Abdo. Abdo to Spitchley. Diaz out to Degalos. Degalos puts it up, off the mark, gets his own rebound, and puts it back and one. Degalos to the line to shoot. Sinks it. Here's Cristodoro. Looking for someone to dump it off to. Sails it. There's Roy Ford. They lose the handle on it. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in coming from Reese Cristodoro. Cristodoro to Malik Laurent. Laurent to Ford. Cristodoro. There's Scyther. Cristodoro to Laurent. Scyther going right side, passing it back to Ford. Long three from Scyther, and he sinks it. Scyther, the 5'10 senior for the Bulldogs. Score tied up 3-3. Spitchley. Here's Abdo. Blackman. Blackman to Spitchley. Out to Blackman. Lots of passing from the Skippers. Off the leg there of Cristodoro. Called for the kick. Throw in coming from Matt Spitchley, the junior. Gets it into Blackman. Here's Eric Degalos. Degalos for three. Degalos 6 points now. Skippers leading 6-3. Degalos has all of the points for the Skippers. Laurent to Scyther. Scyther to Cristodoro. And throw-in coming from Andrew Blackman. Jacob Abdo. Abdo kicks it out. Here's Degalos. Degalos driving. Puts it up and foul called on Brandon Daniels for the Bulldogs, the freshman. So Degalos to shoot. First one goes. Second shot off the mark. Rebound by Reese Cristodoro. Up by Scyther. Off the mark. Rebound by Degalos. Degalos kicking out to Spitchley. Spitchley for three. Off the mark. Rebound there by Chandler Diaz. He said he kicked it. Reese Cristodoro pressing up. There's Roy Ford. Ford to Laurent. Drives, kicks it out to Scyther for three. Off the mark, rebound by Eric Degalos. Here's Chandler Diaz, and they call Diaz for traveling. So throw in, Cristodoro. Ford. Skipper's pressing early. Here's Diaz. Abdo pressing up. Abdo passing out to Diaz. Back to Abdo. Here's Degalos. Degalos for three. Nails it. Degalos with 10 points so far for the Skippers. We're less than 5 minutes into this game. Aiden Accardo coming in for the Bulldogs. Out comes Brandon Daniels. Accardo, the 6-foot senior. Here's Andrew Blackman to Degalos, to Spitchley. To Abdo, off the mark. Rebound by Roy Ford. Ford to Cristodoro. And Scyther out to Laurent. Laurent puts it up, off the mark. Rebound by Chandler Diaz. Diaz to Jacob Abdo. Abdo passes to Diaz. Diaz, Degalos. Degalos puts it up. Off the mark, and Degalos goes down hard. But he'll head back to the line to shoot once again. Degalos' first shot. Nails it. Into the game for the Skippers, Tyler Penn and Jacob Hoffman. Degalos' second shot up and good. Skippers leading 12-3. Eric Degalos has all 12 points. Here's Scyther. Roy Ford off the mark. Loose ball. There's Cristodoro. Scyther back to Cristodoro. Back to Scyther. Here's Roy Ford. Scyther puts it up for three. Off the mark. Rebound, Eric Degalos. Degalos to Chandler Diaz. Diaz driving, taken away. Roy Ford. Roy driving, puts it up. 2 points for Roy Ford, and he'll go to the line. .2:14 remaining in the first. Skippers leading 12-5. Ford shot off the mark. Ford rebounds. Ooh, kicks it out to Cristodoro. And Cristodoro will go to the line. Foul on Eric Degalos. So Cristodoro, first shot is good. Jacob Hoffman coming out. Jaden Ball going in for the Skippers. Reese Cristodoro, second shot. Nails it. So Skippers leading 12-7, 2:09 remaining in the first. Spitchley to throw in. Here's Tyler Penn. Penn to Degalos. Degalos to Ball. Ball lays it in. Cristodoro to Scyther. Scyther drives. But here's Cristodoro. Ford. Laurent. Scyther out to Ford. Ford hits Cristodoro. Scyther, Laurent. Cristodoro drives. And Aiden Accardo off the mark. Rebounded by the Skippers. Here's Matt Spitchley. Give to Jacob Abdo. Abdo to Eric Degalos. Spitchley. Abdo. Abdo kicks it out to Spitchley. To Degalos. Under a minute remaining here in the first. Tyler Penn. And the feed to Degalos. Passes it, no one home. Tyler Penn grabs it and called for the travel. 44 seconds remaining in the first. Throw in coming from Malik Laurent. Cristodoro to Laurent. Kicked out. Laurent puts it up off the mark. Rebound. Eric Degalos. Here's Matt Spitchley. Jacob Abdo. Tyler Penn kicks it out to Degalos. Degalos puts it up for three off the mark. Rebound by Malik Laurent. Ford to Laurent. Laurent for three. Off the mark. And that'll do it for the first quarter, where the Skippers lead 14-7.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. Facilities with the latest technology. Safe and secure schools. a variety of sports, fine arts, and learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
Throw in to kick off the second quarter. Chandler Diaz out to Degalos. Back to Diaz. Here's Blackman. Blackman to Diaz. Abdo tosses it in. Here's Abdo. Blackman. Degalos. Blackman. And that was Abdo for 3 off the mark. Rebounded by Blackman and rebounded, and here's Blackman, puts it up. Off the mark, Blackman gets the rebound again. And a foul called on Aiden Accardo. Blackman heads to the line. Throw in for Chandler Diaz. Back to Blackman. Abdo. Blackman. Scyther to Robinson. With Cameron Robinson now in for the Bulldogs. Here's Cristodoro. Reese Cristodoro, Roy Ford. Ford driving, dumps it off. Aiden Accardo. Accardo is fouled. First shot off the mark. Into the game for the Skippers, Matt Spitchley. Cardo, second shot, off the mark. Rebound by Diaz. Here's Degalos to Diaz. Diaz kicking it out to Abdo. Spitchley. Degalos. Out to Abdo. Abdo for 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Roy Ford. And Ford goes down hard. Abdo with the ball to Spitchley. Spitchley. Foul. So, throw in Reese Cristodoro. Cristodoro driving, guarded there by Andrew Blackman. Cristodoro driving, puts it up. And the block called on Spitchley. So Reese Cristodoro back to the line. He's perfect on the night. 2 for 2. First shot off the mark. Second shot off the mark as well. Rebounded by Diaz. Abdo pushing the ball up. Abdo to Degalos. Degalos out to Blackman. Blackman for 3, and it goes. Roy Ford to Cristodoro. Cristodoro driving, kicks out to Scyther. Back to Cristodoro. Roy Ford, Scyther, and Degalos all over Scyther. Ford, Cristodoro puts it up for 2. So Cristodoro 4 points now on the night. Mandeville Skippers leading 17-9. Abdo, Spitchley. Timeout on the court. So with 4:33 remaining in the first half, Mandeville Skippers leading 17-9. Diaz with the throw in to Abdo. Abdo. Attempt to pass to Diaz. Diaz moved up. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in coming from Reese Cristodoro for the Bulldogs. Ford. Ford covered there by Spitchley. Well, Scyther to throw in coming. Tyler Penn enters the game for the Skippers. Throw in coming from Reese Cristodoro for the Bulldogs. Here's Ford for 3. Off the mark. Rebound by Tyler Penn. Tyler Penn, the sophomore. Abdo to Blackman. Blackman passes it to Roy Ford. And Roy Ford taking it the other way. Put up there by Cristodoro, but rebounded by Penn. Here's Spitchley. Spitchley will head to the line. Spitchley, first shot, sinks it. Second shot, sinks it. So Matt Spitchley perfect from the line. This is Roy Ford. Ford puts it up. Abdo called with the foul. So Ford to shoot. 3:33 remaining in the first half. Skippers leading 19-9. 19-10 now. Ford sinks the first free throw. Attempting the second. Buries the second. So Roy Ford 4 points on the night now. Skippers leading 19-11. Here's Jacob Abdo. Abdo to Blackman. Blackman to Spitchley. There's Degalos. Degalos is double teamed, but he gets the pass out there to Abdo, who puts it up for 3 off the mark. Rebound, Christian Scyther. Cristodoro to Cameron Robinson, puts it up, buries it for 3. Robinson's first points of the night, nails a 3. 5'8" sophomore. Abdo, back to Blackman. Over there to Spitchley. Spitchley to Blackman. Back to Spitchley. Blackman fake to Abdo. Lots of passing from the Skippers. Here's Abdo. Back to Blackman to Degalos. Puts it up for 3, and it's Abdo, and it goes. A long 3. So here's Roy Ford. Cristodoro. Scyther, back to Cristodoro. Here's Roy Ford. Passes out. Cameron Robinson for three. Off the mark. Rebound by Matt Spitchley. Abdo. Blackman. Spitchley. Penn. Abdo. Penn puts it up for three. Off the mark. Rebound by Roy Ford. And Ford off the mark on the layup. Degalos with the rebound. Steal there, Cameron Robinson. Here's Roy Ford. Puts it up, lays it in. Ford now 6 points on the night for the 5'11 junior. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Blackman. Spitchley. Degalos. Abdo to Penn. 40 seconds. Degalos. Blackman puts it up. Off the mark and out of bounds. Off of Matt Spitchley. So throw in coming from the Bulldogs. Reese Cristodoro. Inbounds to Roy Ford. Skipper's pressing. Pass, Cameron Robinson. Back to Ford. Cristodoro to Scyther. To Ford. Robinson, 15 seconds to go. Scyther. Here's Brandon Daniels. Ford, 8, 7, 6. Ford. Passes out Cristodoro. Driving, puts it up. Off the mark. And that'll do it for the first half. Mandeville High Skippers lead the Fontainebleau High Bulldogs 22-16. Spitchley throwing in to start the second half. Mandeville High here at Fontainebleau High School leading 22-16 here. First game of district action. There's Blackman to Abdo, back to Blackman, up to Degalos, over to Penn, who puts it up and is off the mark. Rebound by Brandon Daniels. Here's Cristodoro. Out to Ford. Ford back to Cristodoro. To Melik Laurent. Roy Ford for three. Off the mark. Rebound by Eric Degalos. Spitchley. Here's Jacob Abdo. Eric Degalos. Blackman. Spitchley. Penn. Travel called on Tyler Penn. Throw in coming from the Bulldogs. Jacob Abdo. Excuse me, Reese Cristodoro. Cristodoro to Scyther. Scyther to Ford. Ford to Cristodoro. Scyther. Laurent. Ford. Here's Laurent driving. Puts it up and he's blocked there by Degalos, but rebound from Daniels and he will score. Daniels puts it up, off the mark, rebound, Roy Ford puts it up, off the mark, here's Laurent. Ford. Cristodoro. Laurent. Go over under on Laurent. So Jacob Abdo taking it up court. 6:12 remaining here in the third. Skippers leading 22-18. Spitchley. Blackman back to Spitchley. Up to Degalos. Out to Blackman. Blackman driving, putting it up. And Blackman will head to the line. Foul called on Roy Ford. Blackman's shot, first shot goes. Blackman's second shot is up. And it goes, so Blackman now 5 points. And the Skippers still pressing. Laurent loses the handle on it. Scyther, Ford. Ford up to Daniels for two. Daniels, the 5'11" freshman. 4 points so far. Skippers leading 24-20. Blackman. Degalos. Degalos puts it up. Off the mark. Penn tried to rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. Inbounds coming for the Bulldogs. Cristodoro. Laurent. Cristodoro to Scyther. Scyther, Ford. In for Mandeville, Chandler Diaz and Torrey Thomas. Out comes Penn and Spitchley. Abdo, Blackman, Torrey Thomas. There's Abdo to Degalos. Out to Blackman for three. Blackman 8 points on the night, 2 3-pointers, 2 free throws. And there's Brandon Daniels once again with the layup. Daniels 6 points. Blackman. Thomas. Abdo. Back to Thomas. Blackman. Abdo puts it up. Off the mark. Rebound and put back by Diaz. Inbounds, there's Laurent. Daniels out to Laurent. Laurent driving. Tried to pass it there to Daniels. Lost a handle on it. Diaz ends up with it. Drives. And then, well, Cristodoro called with the block. Fontainebleau's coach, Michael Gowland, disagrees. Cameron Robinson in for Malik Laurent. Throwing coming from Diaz. There's Degalos. Degalos puts it up. Off the mark. Rebound, Brandon Daniels. Here's Ford. Daniels. Degalos pops it out. Diaz. Here's Abdo. Abdo up to Diaz, knocked away there by Daniels. Daniels with control, driving, puts it up. Out of bounds. Throw in coming. Ford will throw it in for the Bulldogs. Daniels, Robinson, intercepted there by Degalos. A foul called on Jacob Abdo. So throw-in coming from Reese Cristodoro. Inbounds, Cameron Robinson. Back to Cristodoro. Cristodoro driving. Robinson back to Cristodoro. Back to Robinson, open for the three. Off the mark, Degalos with the rebound. Degalos driving, puts it up, off the mark, gets his own rebound, puts it in for two. $14 points for Eric Degalos. And we have a timeout called by Coach Gowland. So the Skippers leading 31-22, 2 minutes 24 seconds left in the third quarter. After the timeout, inbound pass by Thomas to Abdo, back to Thomas, to Murphy. Charles Murphy in the game. Murphy to Abdo. Jacob Abdo. Torrey Thomas puts it up. Off the mark, Degalos rebound, puts it up, and he's fouled. The foul called on Brandon Daniels. Degalos, first one goes. Aiden Accardo in for Brandon Daniels for Fontainebleau. Degalos, second shot up, and it goes. Ford inbounds pass to Reese Cristodoro. Cristodoro driving on Degalos, loses control of it, picked up, and we'll have jump ball. Robinson tried to get to it, 5'8" sophomore. Inbounds pass, Reese Cristodoro to Ford. Ford driving out to Accardo, loses control of it. Here's Torrey Thomas to Chandler Diaz. Jacob Abdo. Abdo to Diaz. Here's Degalos, puts it up, and the lay-in. Ford, double coverage on Ford. Cristodoro, back to Ford. Ford driving, loses control of it. Charles Murphy comes up with it. There's Chandler Diaz to Abdo, to Thomas. Thomas for three. Under a minute remaining here in the third. Ford, Accardo, back to Ford. Ford passes, Robinson, back to Ford. Scyther, picked off by Jacob Abdo. Coast to coast, lays it in. 24 seconds remaining. Scyther to Cristodoro. Ten seconds remaining here in the third. Cristodoro goes left, passes up. Accardo off the mark. Rebound, Scyther for three, and he nails it at the buzzer. So at the end of the third quarter, Mandeville High Skippers lead 40-25.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. facilities with the latest technology, safe and secure schools, a variety of sports, fine arts, and learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
Diaz inbounds pass to Jacob Abdo to start the final stanza. Christian Seither hit that three-pointer right at the buzzer to end the third quarter for Fontainebleau. Here's Diaz to Abdo. Abdo, Degalos kicks it out to a wide-open Charles Murphy for three. Off the mark. Rebound by LeCompte. Inbounds pass coming from Cristodoro. Cristodoro to Seither. Back to Cristodoro. Back to Seither. Seither looking to drive on LeCompte. Pass off the mark there to Laurent. Going the other way. Here's Charles Murphy to Eric Degalos. Back to Murphy. To LeCompte. To Diaz. Diaz puts it up for two. It's 42-25. Skippers leading the Bulldogs. Here's Roy. Roy will go to the line to shoot one. Tyler Penn subs into the game for Eric Degalos. Ford. Shot goes. Diaz inbounds to Abdo. There's LeCompte, puts it up, off the mark. Seither to Rogers, Ethan Rogers in the game for the Bulldogs. Rogers, the 5'8" sophomore. There's Seither. Cristodoro with the shot off the mark. Rebound by Laurent. Put up there by Cristodoro, but off the mark, he is fouled. Cristodoro. First shot goes. It's Spitchley coming in for LeCompte. Cristodoro, second shot goes. Cristodoro now 6 points on the night. Penn to Diaz. Diaz finds a wide open Abdo for a two. Cristodoro out to Rogers for three. Sinks it. Now both teams playing that press defense full court. Chandler Diaz kicks it out wide open. Charles Murphy for three. Roy Ford. There's Ethan Rogers. Kicks it out. And both teams trading threes. There's Christian Seither, his third three-pointer of the night. Foul called on Ethan Rogers. Chandler Diaz to throw in. Skippers leading 47-36 here in the fourth. 5:26 remaining. Diaz throw in to Abdo. Abdo out to Blackman. Blackman to Penn. To Diaz. Blackman. Here's Degalos. Abdo. Penn looking for an option. There's Abdo. Degalos. Skipper's running clock. Blackman back out to Degalos. Penn. Abdo. Here's Diaz. To Penn. Skipper's running a lot of clock. 4:30 remaining in the fourth. Here's Diaz. Puts it up. Lays it in. 6 points for Diaz. Here's Cristodoro. Out to Scyther. Roy Ford. Back to Scyther. Cristodoro. Ethan Rogers. Rogers to Scyther. Long three. Off the mark. Rebound. Tyler Penn. Here's Chandler Diaz. Degalos. Abdo. Penn. And Tyler Penn on the ground looking for an option. And timeout called on the court. So with 3:35 remaining in the fourth, Mandeville High Skippers leading 49-36. Andrew Blackman to throw in for the Skippers. Long throw in down to Degalos. Abdo to Diaz. Diaz driving, and they say he stepped out of bounds. Nope. Foul is on Malik Laurent. So throw in coming from Matt Spitchley. Diaz. Blackman, Spitchley. Here's Degalos. Degalos finds Abdo, kicks it back out to Spitchley. Blackman, and Blackman's face mask is hit. He drops the ball. No basket. The foul called on Blackman. So, throw in coming. Here comes Tyler Penn subbing into the game. Out comes Blackman. So throw in coming from Roy Ford. 2:25 remaining in this one. Throw in to Rogers. Rogers to Robinson. Here's Ford driving. And foul called on Tyler Penn. Ford to shoot. Ford. First one goes. Confusion on the substitution. Blackman ran straight into the game without the whistle. He has to wait to sub in with Tyler Penn. So Ford, second shot, up and good. So now in comes Andrew Blackman. Out goes Tyler Penn. Jacob Abdo to inbounds. Abdo finds Spitchley. Here goes Abdo, kicks it out to Diaz. Layup off the mark, rebound by Scyther. Here's Rogers to Cristodoro, out to Robinson. Robinson handing off to Ford. Ford to Rogers. Cristodoro for three, off the mark. Rebound there by Cameron Robinson. Scyther, long three, and buckets once again. His fourth three-pointer of the night. So timeout on the court, 1:44 remaining. Skippers leading 51-44. Inbounds coming, Andrew Blackman. Blackman calls the timeout. So another timeout, 51-44 here in the fourth quarter. After the timeout, throw in coming from Jacob Abdo. Looks for an option, finds Spitchley. Stolen, there's Scyther, lays it in for two. That's Scyther's first points of the night that weren't a three-pointer. And foul called on Chandler Diaz of the Skippers. Ethan Rogers headed to the line. Rogers. Shot off the mark, rebound, Chandler Diaz. Double teamed, and Coach Pye tried to call a timeout, but you have a foul called on Ford. .128 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Skippers leading 51-46. Diaz to shoot. Diaz, shot off the mark, rebound by, well, Eric Degalos with the hustle for it. On the ball on the ground, loose. Roy Ford, jump ball. With Spitchley and Roy Ford both going for the ball. Throw in coming from Matt Spitchley. Excuse me. Throw in coming from Reese Cristodoro. There's Ford. Pressing up. Ford, Cristodoro. Cristodoro to Robinson. Rogers. Cristodoro through the hands of Ford. And there's Torrey Thomas. Foul called on Cristodoro. We're under a minute, 59.5 on the clock. Torrey Thomas to shoot. Thomas. Shot goes. Thomas. Now 4 points on the night. Skippers leading 52-46. Thomas, second shot. Off the mark. Rebounded by Diaz. Thrown back out to Thomas. Foul called on Cameron Robinson. So Thomas back to the line to shoot for the Skippers. Thomas puts it up, off the mark, rebound Degalos. Ball scooped up, Scyther, and foul is called on Torrey Thomas. So Scyther to shoot for the Bulldogs. Awaiting substitution. It'll be after the shot. Scyther puts it up, makes it. Aiden Accardo checking into the game for the Bulldogs. Tyler Penn into the game for the Skippers. Scyther's second shot. Second shot goes. 16 points on the night for Christian Scyther. Penn to to Spitchley, to Diaz, and a foul called on Aiden Accardo. So Diaz goes to the line. We've been under a minute for about 5 minutes now. Diaz puts it up, makes the first. Diaz second shot, off the mark, rebound by Cristodoro. Cristodoro, Robinson, Accardo lays it in. And another timeout called by the Bulldogs. So 32.5 seconds remaining in the game. The Mandeville Skippers lead 53-50. Throw in coming from Andrew Blackman. Blackman to Degalos. Degalos is fouled and so Degalos heads to the line. Now in double bonus. Degalos' first shot goes. Second shot, off the mark. Rebound by Roy Ford. 4-point lead from the Skippers. Ford blocked by Chandler Diaz, and he's fouled by Accardo. So 23 seconds remaining here in the game. Skippers leading 54-50. Chandler Diaz to the line. Diaz, first shot, goes, sinks it. Diaz, second shot, off the mark. Rebound by Degalos. And a foul on Roy Ford. So Degalos heads to the line. 21.3 seconds remaining. Degalos sinks it. Second shot, sinks it. Skippers extend their lead to 7 now, leading 57-50, under 20 seconds now. Here's Ford. Ford for 3, off the mark. Rebound by Spitchley, and he is fouled. Foul called on Aiden Accardo. Spitchley heads to the line. Spitchley, first shot, goes. Substitutions, Penn, Murphy, and Thomas come in for the Skippers. Skippers leading 58-50. Spitchley, second shot falls. 4 points for Matt Spitchley on the night. 7-6, long three from Scyther. Misses. Diaz to Penn, and that'll do it. So the Skippers take the win, 59-50. Let's take a second to thank those who helped bring you this game, starting with our superintendent, Mr. Trey Folse, our director of broadcasting, Dr. Melody Swang, cameraman, editor, and coordinator of Channel 13, Dave the Rave Williams. So from the kennel at Fontainebleau High School, where the Mandeville High Skippers defeat the Fontainebleau High Bulldogs 59-50, my name is Grant Yenny. Good night. You are now leaving the Prep Zone.